Let's try and solve quadratic equations using what is known as completing the square method. This method is very simple. Let's pay attention. So we have c squared minus 4c. We remove this minus 2 and put it on this other side. So this other side we end up having 0 plus 2. So we have c squared minus 4c is equal to 0 plus 2. We get a 2. What this method says is we look at the coefficient of this letter c, which is a minus 4. We are supposed to say half of that coefficient we square it and add it to both sides. C squared minus 4c. We add, like I said, the coefficient, half of that coefficient squared. The coefficient of c is minus 4. So half of it is negative 4 over 2 squared is equals to 2 plus that same coefficient minus 4 over 2 we squared. So what I've done to the left hand side, I've done to the right hand side. In other words, we add half of the coefficient of c squared to both sides. Once we reach this stage, we now ignore this term here. We just say it's supposed to be c minus 4 over 2, that's a 2. And this negative here, we have c minus 2 squared is equals to 2 plus minus 4 over 2, we get minus 2. Minus 2 squared, that's a 4. So we have c minus 2 squared is equals to 2 plus 4, we get a 6. Once we reach this stage, we're supposed to find square root of both sides. I put the square root sign both sides because we want to solve for c. So we end up having square root of c minus 2 squared. It remains c minus 2 is equals to square root of c. We are not aware. We are supposed to find square root of 6. I'll rewrite this properly. C minus 2 is equals to plus or minus square root of 6. So using a calculator, I'll find the square root of 6. Square root of 6 there. What is the answer? 2.45. That will be plus or minus 2.45. So c is equals to, we put this 2 on this side, it will be a positive 2. So we have our 2 plus or minus 2.45. So the answers for c is equals to, the first one will be 2 plus 2.45, which will give us 4.45. Or the next answer will be this 2 here, 2 minus 2.45, we have minus 0.45. In other words, our final answer here for c is equals to 4.45 or minus 0.45. Yes, our answers. This is how we solve it. Where we are not sure, where we can't calculate the square root of a number, we use a calculator. This is how we do it, using completing the square. Can you try using the same method to work out numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own? Thank you very much.